At the end of this video, you should be able to draw a network diagram from the project activities. So here is a problem statement. Draw a network from a simple project of erection of a steel work for a shed. The various activities of project are under. So we have been given certain activities from A to K. Here is the description of various activities and the precedence is also given. So what is meant by precedence? So activity A and B do not have any precedence, meaning that they will be the starting activities and these activities are not dependent on any other activity. Activity C is dependent on activity A, meaning activity C cannot start until the activity A is completed, or this activity D is dependent on activity B, meaning that activity D cannot be started unless and until activity B is completed. In a similar fashion, the precedence for the various activities is also given. Our task is to create the network diagram, which is also called as an arrow diagram for this project. So let us begin. So we will start with activities which do not have any precedence. So activity A and B. Now there are two components of an network diagram. One is called as an event and other is called as an activity. So event is represented by one number and we usually encircle that particular number, and activity is represented by an arrow heading towards the timeline and we give name to the activity. With this, let us try to draw the network for the given problem. So there will be always starting event as 1 and you have to select those activities which do not have any precedence as a beginning activity. So here is an activity A and here is an activity B. This activity A and B will end in two events, so we will number this event as 2 and we will number this event as 3. Now this particular event is called as an starting event of this activity A and this particular event is called as an ending event of this activity A, and we show arrow towards the end. Now this activity C is dependent on activity A. So activity C will start where the activity A will end. So here is our activity C. Activity D will start where the activity B will end. So let us draw the activity D. Now I have combined these two activities because if you notice this event G, activity C and D are coming together and which give rise to this event G, meaning that these two activities are going to come together to create one event. So we will create one event at this place and let us give number 4. Do not forget to give the arrows. Now this activity D we have already marked over here. Activity E is again starting from activity A. So I will draw this activity E over here. This activity F is starting from activity B. So I will draw this activity F. Now this activity G is starting where this C and D are completed. So at this point C and D we can combine these two activities and there we can place one event, and from that event this activity G will emerge. So I can mark activity G from this point. This activity H is coming where this activity G and F are coming together or ending. So meaning is that this we need to combine this G and F at one point at one event, and from this event one activity will emerge called as H. and let us give name H. Now this particular I activity will come from where the activity is ending. So here we will make one event, and from this event this particular I is coming. The activity J is coming where H and I are coming together. So we need to make these two activity H and I to come together at one event, and from that event activity J will emerge. And lastly, the only one activity is remaining, that is activity K, which is after this event J. So I will put one more event over here as event number 8, and from this event this particular activity K will emerge, and that will end in the last event. So we started with event number 1 and we are ending toward the event number 9. And last, do not forget to give the arrows. So in this way we could draw a complete network or arrow diagram from the given project description. Thank you.